Welcome everybody to our live stream here on Tuesday, hosting a Pawnda Blitz Swiss, the See Things Masters. I wanted to make a subtitle for this tournament. See Things, followed by Land Things. All right, we've got Sparkle Horse, Re-Rent, Yevgeny Viktorovich, Nihal, 22. Mule Skinner, Mr. Coffee, good to see you. Our long lost moderator. AP87, Kyler, Astrobate. Got 9 players, room for 15 minutes more entries. Every week we switch it up from Rapid to Blitz. So this week we're Rapid. It is unrated. Last week was simply a mistake. I failed to remember to click. Actually, I find the tournament creation webpage a little deceptive. When you click the slider from rated to unrated, it's not intuitive to me whether it should be green or red. It seems kind of like I have to find an excuse for making it rated last week, but seriously, does that bother anybody else? Is that obvious? When I go to create a new tournament, it gives me this slider, and it seems the opposite of the way it should be logically somehow. I don't know. Red should be like it's rated, there's like a warning, and green should be it's like unrated. It's safe. But instead, like, green is unrated, and when it's on red, green is rated, and when it's on red, it's like unrated. So I see the green color, I'm like, okay, green is peaceful, green means go. Green is relaxing. So last week we had a rated tournament by accident. Lack of intuitive logic behind the setup page for the tournaments here. Find an excuse. What's up, everybody? Sparkle Horse World Losers in. Please, God, don't let me play World Loser in round 2. Like, I played you in the second or third round last time, even though you were ranked 3rd in the tournament. How does that happen again? In a Swiss? I need to get warmed up. That's why I hate the arena tournaments. I have to play the strong players like right away. I'm terrible at first, early on. But if we're the top 2, there's no way we should play in the first couple of rounds. But lichess does strange stuff with the pairings. Nothing but complaints here. Guys, we had an earthquake we felt today in Budapest. Anybody closer to Croatia? There was a 6.4 on the Richter scale in outside of Zagreb with 1 fatality, and I was sitting in my office, like setting up my new mouse, looking at the screen when I started to feel like I was dizzy. I was sitting there, I felt like I was wobbling from side to side. I was like, whoa, I think I'm having like a dizziness attack or something. And I was like, wow, that's weird. And like 5 seconds later, it stopped, and I sort of like stood up. I was like, okay, it's just something, low blood pressure, I don't know. I sat down, and then it started again. I was like, I felt like my head was moving from side to side, even though I wasn't moving. I was like, oh my God, I'm like dizzy. And all the way from Zagreb, we felt this earthquake. It lasted like 15, 20 seconds. So Kyle Mind, wait a minute, where are you? You're in Austria, you felt it, right, okay. Austria felt it, absolutely. Budapest was like, I guess, the maximum distance I could feel it. You're actually closer. I don't know if they felt it in like parts of Serbia. But on the map, like, it shows the range of the earthquake, and like Budapest wasn't even in the area really, and we still felt it. Like I never felt an earthquake really. I'm sure there have been like tiny ones, but living on the east coast of the United States, never near a mountainous area, here in Hungary, where basically very rare any kind of small earthquakes. We're in a safe sort of tectonic area. It was just really weird. It was just bizarre that I was convinced it was a dizziness attack. It just felt like from side to side for like 5 seconds, and then again. But sadly, I think there was one person killed. Yeah, Pennsylvania is probably a lot like Hungary, Mr. Coffee. I would imagine. Kind of mostly flat. But you do have some mountains. There's some tectonic activity. I don't remember in my whole life ever noticing. I've heard, they're always like, oh, somebody said we had like a 3-point something earthquake. Didn't you feel it? I was like, no, I didn't feel anything. This is the first time I clearly felt something in all the years. All those 39 years. But it was a weird sensation. Nothing was like moving. I just literally felt like I was dizzy. Alright, we've got 10 players, 14 players. We've got 9 minutes to start. AP87 Kylor, closer to the epicenter than myself. Astrobate Praying Mantis. Yeah, Astrobate, definitely don't want to. You don't want to take the squares. It's a chess reference. You don't want to take the stairs during an earthquake. I was told to stay in like the doorway or under a table or something like that. But Hungary's pretty safe. Alright. Ready to get started here in like 8 minutes, guys. Thanks for joining my stream. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. We're up to over 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. Twitch, of course, you are here listening already. Appreciate, guys, support. If you can please donate to support the stream or subscribe. We appreciate any kind of support. I don't earn a lot of money from streaming, so a little bit helps. Listen, important announcement for everybody who's watching the stream. If you are a subscriber to the stream, we have our subscriber stream on Thursday. So I've got because last week was canceled due to holidays, I think people have forgotten. I've got no submissions for Thursday's subscriber game analysis stream. Please submit your games for Thursday's stream. We can do up to 10 game analysis submissions for the Thursday night stream, which is on this week. So the list is empty. If you don't send me games for Thursday, we're going to have to do some kind of other event. There won't be any games to analyze. Alright, Pawnda Swiss. We've got Aldisto in the field. World Loser third. Re-Rent. Wow, Mr. Slow just mega cheered 1, 2, 3, 4 bits. And shared rewards. You submitted one. You have submitted one. Really? I don't think I'm getting all my messages. Somebody's screening my calls. Lately my notifications have been spotty at best. Well, as long as you remind me if you're on the list. I believe you. Thank you for the donation, sir. 1,234 bits. Chess Murph. What's up, Chess Murph? Subscribers should submit games for Thursday. Well, remind me if you have already. I think my notifications are dodgy. I noticed, I don't get notifications when people add me to studies, and I used to. I've got a challenge here. I'm not taking challenges today. We are playing a tournament. Here's the link. Anyone who's a member of the Pawnda and Horses Club, our private club. It's a private club. You can join our tournament if you're a member of the club. It's been a long day at work for me. Back to work after the holiday break. I've got Mr. Slowhand. Astrobate, I assume, will submit a game for Thursday. Princess Chess, if you're out there, you might want to submit a game. Mirales. Who else is not here? Cheesy Noob can submit his first tournament game back for analysis. Aldisto, so he's tough. World Loser, also very tough, very quick. Rerun, I don't know about too much. We had 2 draws. Yevgeny is very tough, getting tougher. Masa is new. This guy's also 2100. Niall. I played. No, it's reminding me of Niall Sarin. That's it. Sarin. Cheesy noob. Bone atrophy. So we got a total of 8 players, well over 2,000. And then a couple others rounding out close to 2,000. 17 players in total. Dinekis, Mr. Slow, Mr. Coffee, the Misters, AP87, Kyler, Acerbate, and a Praying Mantis, who's ridiculously strong for his rating, I think. So it's going to be a tough tournament. Plenty of time, though. You can join up till halfway point in this tournament. You can drop out if you want to. You can get a bye in the first round with a half point. The trophy for Acerbate. So 4 minutes to go. Pawn and Horses Club. You have to join the club to be in the tournament. Strong field. Average for us. There's no Schieberspieler this week. That's a good chance for me. The Schieberspieler is not online. Coach welcome. Andrew Anper. You submitted our game of last simul. Anper. Private club. Smoking's... I miss smoking. I used to like smoking on the train. I miss smoking on airplanes. They used to smoke on Aeroflot. That was weird. The first time I flew to Russia, they were still smoking on the airplane. Reminded me of like a James Bond movie or something. What's up, Summit on Sound? So, subscriber stream Thursday. Tomorrow we've got a stream in the morning, 11 a.m. European time. Anyone else feel the effects of our earthquake today? The Croatian earthquake? I guess Kyle, Mind, and I are the only ones in the impact zone. Mad Ramos. Earthquake. Alright. Let's get started. 2 minutes to go. Easy pairings. There are no easy pairings in this tournament. You guys are all tough. Easy pickings. Without Schieberspieler, we haven't seen Alms in a long time. We need more titled players. Aldisto should have a title. Aldisto should be at least a national master. World Loser's borderline national master too. But I guess a lot of countries don't really have national master. The equivalent of a national master. Do you have that in Germany? Poland? Do you have this? Does that exist? Yevgeny Viktorovich is borderline national master. Canada. We need to make the tournament look better with more titled players. All these like unheralded tough guys they don't make me look as strong as I really am. It's not easy to beat these guys. Uber driver, also like a borderline national master. Yeah, I mean, it's so kind of bullshit that people in America who are like 2,200 US can claim the pseudo title. That's Aldisto's not a national master, but a lot of players weaker than him can claim national master status. Great, Lazarus is asking to play. He has enough Blitz games. Absolutely. Do I have a request? I don't have a request. I don't think I'm getting like proper notifications. Oh, there it is. Alright, we got it. That's weird. I have to refresh the page. Wow, another master from Belarus. Alright, we got 3 requests. We got it just in time. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Like, you couldn't access those? That's weird, but I have to refresh my page to see the messages. Oh, you have NM in Poland? It's probably harder than in the United States, though. How do you base it? Like, you have your own rating system in Poland? A lot of countries like Hungary gave up their rating systems long ago. We couldn't have a national master here. because there is no national rating system. Alright, I'm gonna refresh this. It's a Mozilla Firefox related bug, because I like to use Firefox. lichess doesn't really like Firefox. Don't worry, you can't get forfeited by moving late on the first move, so don't panic if you see that the red line. It's alright. I have a new opponent here, Const 2013. This is the guy who just joined from Belarus. Okay, wow. Constantine. He's strong and rapid. Yeah, I don't really like this move order. This is bad. I had this move order against Kovalenko, and I guess I played, what did I do? Against Kovalenko, I must have played d4. You can either get a Marazzi if you play e4, or a Benoni if you play d4, but my move order is actually bad, because now I can't get either. This is a problem. Inaccurate move order. Failure to play an accurate move order by me. Move 11, does it look familiar? Not exactly. Nah, I'm just messing around now. I was sleeping at the wheel, and I played this freaking knight c3 move order. It's not optimal. Suboptimal. Now we've got a boring draw variation. Knight d5, queen d5, knight d4. That's a known line too. Boring. I mean, the guy's 2200 in rapid, but I screwed the opening. It's unbelievable that like knight c3 is such a bad move. Once I play knight c3 after c5, I have to play the super lame like g3, and just allow the. I have to allow black to play the Botvinnik variation. He made a strange mistake, allowing knight c6. How bad is it, is the question. It looks like after queen d6, pawn d6, bishop c6. Rook b8, black has enough activity to compensate for the sacrificed pawn. I'm not even going to bother to try to take it. If I could keep the status quo with the pawn structure, I might be able to outplay him. I thought he could have played bishop f5. He's playing very, very quickly. I mean, for a guy who plays mostly rapid, but he's stronger in rapid, he's playing uber fast. I don't have a choice. I'm not in any danger of losing, it looks like. Immediately. You never know, you can always lose. But his speed of play is disturbing. Super fast. He's used 6 seconds for the whole game. A gentleman agreement between Uber and Mr. Slow. Friendly draw? I've been known to take the odd Grandmaster draw. I mean, Black's playing this game probably not optimal. He's playing a little too quick. Which is, again, surprising me, considering he's got a high rapid rating, lower blitz and bullet. You'd think he'd know how to take his time. His superior results are in the slower time controls. That's not logical to me. The guy who's better at rapid and weaker at blitz, playing super fast, but maybe he's just nervous. Some people get intimidated because they're playing a title player, which is really... We're all human, you know. I'm not a great player. I'm a good player, but not a great player. We're all... It's all relative. Don't be nervous. When you face stronger players, the worst mistake you can make is to be like psyched out. At every level. Psychology goes really far. It's really essential that we don't get psyched out by higher rated players. We'll save the beer for later. Mr. Coffee, have you been playing enough? We haven't seen you around as much lately, and I just teased you about it. I'm sure you're busy, you have important stuff. But if you're playing less frequently, you know, you're going to lose something off the fastball there. I'm not saying you should alter your style greatly, Uber Driver, when you play a stronger player. There are people who argue different things about playing higher rated players. But the important thing, I think, is that you don't get psyched out no matter what. You don't lose confidence. You don't think like they're unbeatable. You're not nervous. And it's easy to say this stuff and you know, not practice it, but this opening was a freaking disaster for me, but I got out of it. You know, he's let it slip here. He should have been fully equal. Instead, he's slightly worse, drifting into the endgame with a bad structure. And now I have the control of the open file too. He should have played a5 prior to this. He found it now, though. I'm seeing king on c4, potentially. Rook on the 7th, active bishop on c5. Black is a very tough position here. Perhaps he's not lost, but he will have to defend very, very well to salvage this position. Okay. A4 is interesting. The other possibility is if he plays A4, I can play B4. And I think that's the smart thing to do here. Or maybe not. King D3. A little calculation might help. I'm getting low on time. Bishop D6. See, he doesn't have time for that. He should have played rook b8 right away. I've got a new mouse. Another new mouse. Thanks, Move 11. Wait, my king was on c3, wasn't it? Uber driver? Before we start going any kind of fancy variations here. No need for any of that stuff. Bullying. I gotta stay awake, most importantly. There's no time to play the perfect moves. Rook d6 is kind of weird, getting my rook off the 7th. But we gotta be practical under the circumstances. Nah, he can't trade. He's just not really an experienced endgame player. Self-taught, most likely. A good self-taught player who doesn't have endgame yet. He's got a high rating. 2200 in rapid, but he needs endgame. He needs endgame training. Yep. You may not enter. Enter. Entree. Well, I guess I don't need this move. He's not getting in. He's not getting in. But this game was good in the sense that I had a terrible opening and I survived. Alright, so I'm already ranked 5th, even though I'm the highest rated player in the tournament, whatever. I have a perfect score and I'm the highest rated player in the tournament, but I'm ranked 5th now. Okay, lichess, whatever. Whatever you say. Astrobate got the win against Legion, rated 2000. Oh my goodness. Astrobate's just... Alright, let me get to these players who want to join. I missed a couple people trying to join. Mr. Coffee, can't you let them in? Here we go again. No. Roshade is in. Okay, banned accounts are not allowed to join the team. I'm afraid. We're going to have to disallow that. You can't, Mr. Coffee? You can see them sometimes. I guess you have... they either go to my account or they go to yours. I guess, like, they go to one of us and the other one can't see them. It's one or the other. Cheesy Noobs, crazy C3 opening. Please play the London system. Now he plays queen c2 with the idea of e4. Very strange French defense. I'm not going to let you just play e4 here. You sort of tricked me into playing a formation I don't necessarily like. It's a Tory attack or something with the queen on c2. This isn't a great square. The queen is probably going to be exposed to attack there. Along the c file, most likely. At some point later on, you'll have to move it again. And that's also not really recommended, giving up the center. Cheesy Noob has his own style. Do not try this at home. Let's see, takes, check. Is there some sort of sick trap here? Are you serious? You're not even freaking kidding me, right? Bishop f2, king f2, knight g4 check, king g3, queen takes g5, queen a4 check, knight c6, queen takes g4. But fortunately I have queen takes d2 at the end, and black is better. Does that make sense? You're a sick puppy, man. Does this work? Maybe there's another problem. I should really calculate this more before I play it. Mad Ramus, you are an insane chess player. Doesn't even attempt to play king g3. Possibly king f3. King g3, queen g5. Alright, so now he's got the trick with queen a4 check. So we have to stay. Stay in communication. Well, I guess queen f4 is a good move. I guess. Kind of makes sense. It has something going for it. There could be some problems. It definitely stops queen a4 check. He also likes playing h4. That's our Pawnda's favorite move. Guys, welcome to the stream. Thanks for Mr. Slow. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That was somebody's computer pin, I remember. Not Mr. Slow's Mr. Slow. I'm sorry, Mr. Slow. And it's not Cheesy Noob's best game. Will you want to be submitting this game for Thursday's subscriber stream? Let me know. Alright, like, I just want to kind of see this. Is there any kind of tricky chances you can get after king g3? You gotta play it. I mean, how could you play? You gotta go for it. Yeah. Queen a4 check. This is better. This is better, dude. Here. Threatening queen a4 check. I might have missed this. You know, the right move here. Wow. Knight f3. If queen a4 check. Sorry, knight e3 check. You also have queen a4 check. If here, bishop d7. This is obvious. You know, I've got this. But maybe what's not so obvious, you can play this move. Cormoran is here. Knight e3, queen a4 check. Sorry, that's check. Knight g5. Knight c2. Can you trap my knight or something? Rook c1. Knight e3. It's not getting trapped. Why is this okay for white? Well, he's only down a pawn, I guess, at the end of the day. But, I mean, the structure is not great as well. Don't try it at home. Alright, guys, let's check out the tournament. Free game. We got a chance to look at some of the other games. So, Cormorant is playing, also good player. Dinekis. Aldisto. Okay. Dinekis is playing too fast as usual. Aldisto used most of his time. It looks like... It honestly looks like a weird French defense. Does Dinekis play the French? Wing Gambit. An Aldisto specialty. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anybody here from the area of Croatia? We had an earthquake today. Felt clear up to Budapest. Alright, Aldisto with less time. Sacrificing pawns for the initiative. But Dinekis is underrated. He's definitely better than 1849. God only knows how good he would be if he would take his time here. Good pressure on e5. Looks like white has a tough task. I have an idea. The biggest likelihood is that Dinekis plays too fast and makes a blunder. He needs to pace himself better. I think he's a good player. They're both good players, but Aldisto knows how to manage the clock. Dinekis rushes too much. But it looks like he's holding his own without a lot of problems right now. White doesn't have anything clear here. I had a quick game, thanks, Cheesy Noob. Sorry. You reminded me of a friend of mine. He's an inactive player. He does stuff like that. Blundering, bishop takes f2. f2 is under attack. It's a popular theme today. But it's not the end of the world. Bishop f1 is like a move. I thought bishop e2, but he didn't want to block his rook. But basically, black has 2 extra pawns on the queen side. That's the problem with the wing gambit. I mean, if it doesn't pan out, you're losing on the queen side. So Aldisto has burned his bridges, the proverbial bridges. At least you know I know what you will try now, so I can make a study. A new study on the variation I played today with knight f6 and e6. I don't like your decision to play d takes c5, Mad Ramus. I mean, you should maintain your center with e3. It's like a normal... It's an almost normal Tory attack where your queen's on c2. You tricked me into playing a kind of passive setup with e6. I don't really like that. I don't normally do that. I don't like to play e6 in the closed queen pawn games unless I have to. It's inherently a little bit passive. So Dinekis is now thinking. He's got tons of time. Let's check out another game. This looks like it's going to be close. Kylor, always tough. World Loser, so World Loser is just brutal with the clock. He's a brutal clock man. This looks bad. Loser has crazy amount of time and a dominating position. There's still hope, but not much. Yevgeny. Let's see if Yevgeny's up to last week's form. Last week he finished in the prize money. Where did it go? Yevgeny already finished. Draw. Wait, what was that Uber driver? Oh, Uber driver versus Yevgeny. What? No. Uber driver won already. Anyways, let's check the next row here. Mr. Slow against Quam. Quam is fast. Mr. Slow. He's been playing a lot of Englishes against me, but this doesn't look like an English. Looks like an E4 game. White has a nice space advantage on the king side with that G4 pawn. Did knight h4 work tactically? The knight could have been hanging to some kind of discovery. But now white looks like he's in good shape. Breaking in the center. Not so easy. Mr. Slow is in his proverbial time pressure. Yeah, we can't take internet chess too seriously, Yevgeny. I feel that a lot with a lot of opponents. They're sort of unbelievable. He plays crazy, ridiculous style. It's possible, you know. But we all feel what you feel with a lot of opponents, I think. Man, this has gone wrong for white. He's got to be very, very careful. Down a pawn now with exposed king. Jim, what's wrong? Good to see you, by the way. Oh man, this is all coming apart. I wish Mr. Slow would make blunders against me. He's been very tough on me lately. Beat me the last 2 times. But Quam is quick. Quick and tricky. Alright. We're almost wrapping up the first round. Yevgeny's still playing? I gotta refresh my page. No, we got 2 ongoing games only. It was a draw. What's up, Jim? You think the lichess community is pretty good? Well, we have our own little community here. Not try to weed out the sketchy characters. No Schieberspieler. Yule Skinner against Legion. Legion had a tough start. He lost against Asterbait. And now he's got a Yule Skinner on the warpath. Yule Skinner's tough. He's beaten me a lot of games. You gotta kind of know how to handle him. I have 249 games against Mule Skinner. He's near the top of the number of games played, in the neighborhood of Morales. He's definitely capable of blundering, but also playing very well. Legion is a specialist in opening, it turns out. This move G4, huh? Tricky endgame, probably winning for white, but it requires very good technique. Not every rook endgame where you're up 2 pawns is an automatic win. I suspect white is probably winning. The rook pawn, though, isn't great. This is not a pawn we really want here. We'd rather it wasn't a rook pawn. That could create, like, tactical problems. White's going to have to make an effort to win here, objectively. This is very likely a 2-pawn down position where there's some theoretical draw possible. But I don't think that's the right idea. He's not going to be able to do this. But I don't want to give suggestions too much, you know. I just kind of talk about general stuff. Mule Skinner didn't play this 100% right. You never want to bring your king backward. You want the king to go forward. Now it's probably a theoretical win. His technique was hesitant and sketchy, but it looks like white is probably winning. Though anything's possible. I don't really want to watch. Man, talk about cutting it close. Mule Skinner's technique is rather awkward. He should have kept the king like laterally cut off. But he may still be winning. Gotta have good technique and be calm. Remain calm. The king is cut off. He doesn't know how to do it. A lot of people are just kind of nervous. You know, they're on stream, I'm watching the game and stuff. So that factors into it too. It's like stage fright. He may be more nervous now than he would be if he was just playing a casual game because everyone's watching. It doesn't seem like he's getting the main point of this, though. He doesn't seem to see it. Uber driver, I think he needs you. Specialist. An architect. True architect of the endgame. Seems like he's getting closer to the right idea. But he might hit the 50 move rule pretty soon. Like, seriously. It seems like Mule Skinner is like the master of doing things the hard way. He's like, okay, what's the hardest way to win this endgame? Alright, I'll do it. He's got it now. Alright, that was alarming. Hopefully we can attribute it to nerves. Or he just wanted to play 100 moves. I think he just secretly wanted to play 100 moves. But I would expect Mule Skinner knows how to win an endgame if it's like a calm, relaxed situation. It should be pretty trivial. Alright, 2 seconds. Ready to go. World loser again. What the f... Are you serious? World loser, do you have some sneaky ability to manipulate the pairings? Dude, that's so bogus. Like, this is 2 weeks in a row. He's like one of the highest rated players, and I'm playing him in the second round. What the heck, dude? That's bull. What a bogus pairing system. I can't even complain to lichess anymore. I gave up. He does stick to the Najdorf. That's funny. That move was played by Vacher Legrave against Anand, I think, but it's not so good in this position. Oddly. It seems to me like it's an inaccuracy for black. I looked at this like last week. I don't really understand why black needs to play h6 in that position. That doesn't seem right. So we're following Paschall playing black against Anand, some game from some years ago. But I don't remember the exact moves, man. I only seen it once. I understand the basic idea. It's very unusual to play h3 in tandem with knight f3 retreat back from knight d4. Actually, Paschall like won the game, but he had a terrible position when they faced each other. I don't know when this game was. Sometime in the last 8 years. I don't recall. Knight g6. Knight f5. What do I do? $1,000,000 question. The $1,000,000 question. This is something like what happened in their game. Similar. I'm afraid I probably didn't find the best line. It was very, very similar to this, though. In fact, like almost identical. I wonder how much theory World Loser actually knows. Unclear. I'm not sure though. We've gone off the kind of beaten path here. It's not like the game I was talking about anymore. Veered off into a different path. Paschall played like knight b6 and Anand took, and when they played some kind of opposite colored bishop endgame where like Anand lost somehow from a better position. This is a totally different path. It still looks slightly better for white. I actually know very little about this line, but it just happened that I had been looking at it, so I thought I would play it. It's h3, knight f3, which is really rare. Probably not a great variation. Now he's threatening d5, I guess. That's pretty annoying. That's a stupid move, but I gotta do something. I think so long as I don't blunder, I'll be in good shape. Wanted to come up with a good quote for Asterbait. The thing that's hard about World Loser is that he never ever uses much time for a single move. It's like rapid fire, machine gun, speed. Like, where am I supposed to put my pieces here? That was what I expected. Wow. Alright, whatever. Weird endgame. Thought I was better, but I'm not so sure. He's so fast. He never ever has to take more than 3 seconds on a move. Like, now this is the first time. Everyone is fast. Yes, Uber driver. Poignantly spoken. Trying too hard. That's a mysterious concept that's often brought up. Do I really want to do that? Remaining calm and carrying on. That's a stupid saying. If you think about it, right? Stay calm and carry on. Do you know what carry on? That's an expression for like crying and screaming. Do you realize that? Person who made up that stupid saying? Stay calm and carry on. Carry on has a lot of meanings, actually. Multifaceted. Let's be careful with that. That bishop there. No, no. No, no, no. He's tied down to e4 and b3. He just dropped two pawns. I guess he had a chance to maybe sack the exchange like right away when the rook got paralyzed on a7. Alright. That's not fun to play world loser in the second round. Third round. That was the same as last time. Alright. Leon Thomas. 43 games. How many games does he have? Enough. Alright, what do we got? One ongoing game. What is it? That was a long one. The Great Lazarus, who's relatively new. It's Mule Skinner again. Don't tell me it's a Grand Prix attack. Oh, he played the Carol Khan. That's a good choice against Mule Skinner. One of the better choices against Mule Skinner. Chaos will ensue. Oh my god. Oh no. Kidding me. He could have taken back on g4 and he missed it. Now it's a mess. Yeah, lots of mistakes. Normal in this time situation. It's easy to be a Sunday driver or whatever, backseat driver. Sorry, Uber driver. Don't mean discriminating against drivers. I'm both confusing and discriminating. Sunday drivers. It's not easy to be a backseat driver. Criticize people's games while they're in time pressure. Poor Mule Skinner is getting bombarded by criticism. First it was that endgame, now this thing. He had like a forced mate. He could have taken the guy's rook at one point. Stamina could be an issue. Jeez. That's not good. Great Lazarus is like a master of increment. I don't know, this Great Lazarus has 500 games, so it's not like a troll or something. It's someone new to the tournament, to the team. But it looks like they're tricky and they're good at handling the clock. Mule Skinner is not good, it looks like, handling the clock. He doesn't play enough, I think. Much like someone else, Mr. Coffee. White missed brutal opportunities there. Just recapturing on g4. I mean, nothing changed. There was no reason that he shouldn't just recapture on g4. And the white was smoothly winning. Mr. Someone on Sound, are you in this thing? Are you playing? You are in. 2 losses and a win. Oh, Lazarus beat you? But you got Mr. Coffee in one of those advanced Frenches. Oh no. I hope you've learned your lesson on the advanced French. Someone on sound. Oh, another tough pairing. We have 4 draws in a row. I don't think this is going to come as a surprise. I've probably played d5 against Aldous, though. In the not-so-distant past. I don't know what he plays against the Caro Kann. Do you play the 2 knights variation against Caro Kann? I'm not going to take your stupid pawn, man. Take that. Have your crappy gambit. I'm going to be practical. Caro Kann is incredibly popular, but if Aldous' system against the Caro Kann doesn't, you know, connect here, then he's in an awkward spot. You got to make sure your openings are consistent and they transpose. Okay, now this is really going over the limit. I have never seen anyone do anything this crazy before. I'm going to have to take that. I'm going to have to take that. I'm sorry. I hallucinated I had another knight on g8. I do have another. What the fuck? Come on now. Lichess, are you serious? Tricked me. I didn't even notice. That's funny. I'm like reaching for my knight and it's not there. Wait a minute. It's still not there. That's the wrong window. Dude, that's ridiculous. Thought I had a knight on g8. Then I started like second guessing myself. Unbelievable. Wow. It took me until like move 7 to realize I had no knights. Like, you know you're sharp that day when it takes you to till move 7 to realize you had no knights. That's when you know it's time to grab a coffee. Where's my knights? That's hilarious. Not very funny. That's crazy. I didn't notice till move 6. Alright, we're going to get in time pressure here. He's got this crap gambit. Reverse Budapest nonsense with the move d4 in. I forget what it's called. c5 is like a wasted tempo. c6 doesn't do a lot for me here, honestly. Just doesn't do it for me. Bishop b4 looks lame, but we'll try it. For lack of a better move. This sucks. This just totally sucks. Ulysses S. Grant. What the fuck am I doing here? This is horrible. Horrible. Terrible. Delicious. Alright, we've got hate mail from someone. Thanks for the tournament. Need to go outside. I think I need some air. I didn't realize my knights were missing until move 8. That's not good. Now I can make my position worse. Alright, let's do it. Absolute rubbish. What am I doing here? Okay, I'm up a pawn, but it's not worth it. It looks like a bad French where I accepted some kind of gambit. White has all sorts of play. Of course, he has to do the heavy lifting here, figuring out ideas and stuff. A4. Very well. Can I play E5? Does that make sense? Not really. B6. Let's develop a piece or something. Take away my knight's only good square. I have like 4 draws against him in a row. And another bad position. I can't believe this. I let him get a pretty good game, really. With this dubious gambit. It really shouldn't even be close to sound for white. I mean, it's one thing, but like D4, this is insane. Like, who plays that? There's no way that can come close to working. What am I thinking? D4? Damn, knight G5. Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses. Jim is obviously familiar with all the great Greek gambits. It was obviously so old it was invented by Prometheus or something. Hasn't been played too much recently. At least I got his knight kicked back to H3. It looks like a Slav, actually, from my perspective. The kind of gambit I would play with white against the Slav. Of course, the Slav and the Caro-Kann are a little related, symbolically. We have a containment breach. If this knight gets out into the game, there's also nasty sacrifices. This looks like something Someone on Sound would like. Someone on Sound found his new solution to the Caro-Kann. He's going to give up playing the hillbilly attack, play the Prometheus gambit. Master V, you'll play the remaining 5 rounds. Yeah, hopefully you can still play. This is clearly superior to the hillbilly attack. Wow. Okay, that wasn't the safest move ever. Yeah. Sensible. A sensible precaution. So now, Castle's kingside. How bad is Castle's kingside? It looks dangerous. But, you know. Getting out of bed is dangerous. In some cases. I could castle queenside. It might be safer. I didn't want to give him my g-pawn, but realistically I should have castled queenside, probably. He still doesn't have a clear threat. I guess I could play a lot of things here. No. Yeah, I don't like that. knew that was coming. Bishop c1. Now every single piece is like trained at my king's side. So something's going to get sacrificed. But he is short on time. What? Do I have a choice here? If I take with a knight, it's queen trade, takes, and then takes. I get a lot of pawns. A 100 pawns. That wasn't fun. Alright. That was not fun. Guys, don't forget, Thursday we have a subscriber stream. I'm still waiting to get some games from some players. One ongoing game. Man, that wasn't fun. Great battle. Someone on sound and Mr. Slow. Mr. Slow is white. 3 pawns against 3 pawns. Sacrificing against the endgame master. Man, a great battle. Wow. Sacks the piece for the miracle. Miracle on 34th Street. Someone on sound should hold the draw. Wow, I thought he was going to flag there. Draw. Great. Calm and collected knight sack to hold the endgame. Alright, kids. Time to pack it in. Draw. Good battle. Alright. Yevgeny has 3.5. Aldisto has 3. World Loser 3. Sadamasa. Corman 3. Sorry. Corman had a half-point buy, so it's 2.5. Uh-oh, Uber driver lost. We're getting all the regular customers. Yevgeny now. At least I've got white. Yeah, man. Someone on sound is brutal. I mean, both you guys are good. That's an interesting matchup. Mr. Slow against someone on sound. I don't know, who I like better there. I haven't played enough games with someone on sound and faster time controls. In the long game, he's pretty tough. I don't know about Blitz. We haven't played him enough in Blitz. Yevgeny with the French. Got me a buy. You sound like Acerbate. It's supposed to be got me a buy. I gots me a buy. Or is it gots or got? The Ariel Mengarini attack. It was actually not the Mengarini attack, but he played it against me. This is lame. Totally lame for white, but I'll play it. Just to avoid the French defense. Anything but the French defense, please. Woke up this morning, got me a buy. Little Beatles reference. Move 11 with a music reference. As I said, getting out of bed is dangerous. Move 11 for some people. It's The Sopranos. I never watched The Sopranos. That would leave me a little bit behind the times. I know that it's like something I should watch, especially being from southern New Jersey. It's probably like the favorite TV show of all of South Jersey. I was thinking the Beatles. But yeah, The Sopranos I should probably watch at some point, because it is a critically acclaimed show. Okay, castles. There's only so much time in life. Not to be confused with, alright, Alabama, the American band. Castle, Castle. Here we are in Yevgeny. I compare it to Karpov sometimes. But I've got a Karpovian position. Actually, he's playing like Karpov again with black now. Karpov played this stuff with black. Does black have d5? What am I supposed to do here? Okay, it's not that easy. Life is not that easy. You can't just play d5 and equalize. You can play it, but it's not guaranteed equality. It's probably not even a great move. I should have watched Sopranos, though. I live in Hungary. I lived in Boston for 15 years, but I was originally born in southern New Jersey. Originally born. And half of my friends were like second and third generation Italians, so it's a very high proportion of people who would like The Sopranos. Rook e8. That looks kind of slow. Rook e1, Rook c1, Rook e8. I get the feeling that we're on our own here. I mean, he played the French defense. Now he's playing a form of Sicilian. It's not a Scheveningen. I've got c4. It's a type of Marazzi. So Rook e8, doesn't seem like the right move, according to my recollection. This isn't really a standard position, though. I guess he should play like a6 or something. His knight's kind of on the wrong square. It should be on maybe d7 for a hedgehog type position. I'm not sure. a6 looks right. I agree. You're playing a Scheveningen where I've got c4 in. And I'll channel my inner Karpov. guess we can just do like the standard move, queen d2. Standard lazy. Standard lazy move. It is a fast time control. Rook d1. Like I would do in an Marazzi. But I don't know anything. I mean, this position, if we looked it up, there are going to be hardly any games here because of the move order. It's not normal to reach this position. If it was like a Paulson or some kind of Sicilian where this was possible, people would choose a different order of moves. So white is probably better. Although I have a feeling queen d2 isn't maybe optimal. Though I don't have a lot of ideas. It's probably okay. Now which way do I take? With the queen or with the bishop? And how do you choose? Go forward with the smaller piece, I guess. I really think that both are possible. It's possible to play queen b6 and queen d4 and queen b6. My friend and former teammate Vargasoli, he would love to like trade queens in the Sicilian. When he could do that queen b6, he was always happy. Play for a win with no risk. Black was starting b5. The only move that's sketchy is rook e8. I don't see how that necessarily like fits into Black's plans here. It doesn't seem. It seems like an unnecessary move that didn't really help his position. Now I'm preventing b5, or am I? Probably not. Yeah, I guess I can try to take on f6 and take on b5. He probably can't do it without playing e5. He could play e5, bishop e3, b5. But he really wrecks his d5 square by weakening that with e5 if he does that. So h6 looks. It looks similar to rook e8. Not like white is doing anything too exciting here. Doing nothing well. It's an art. Schieberspieler's not here to do nothing well with us. He's kind of good at that. The art of doing nothing well with FIDE Master Schieberspieler. Oligas. That's more like the art of doing nothing fast. Doing nothing fast. Bishop f3 is interesting. Okay, so he more or less like did what he had to do, I guess. He was willing to sacrifice the d5 square, but he still hasn't gotten in b5. White remains better. My legs hurt. Sitting in an uncomfortable position. Sometimes I get so into the game I don't think about the things like physical pain. I'm actually in physical pain. That shows good concentration. If you can withstand physical pain, not even sense it at all. Model games so far. White has clearly got an advantage here. I want to say clearly better, but I hedged my bets. Alright. You're hanging in there, man. Passive. The passive master. It looks like me playing black against Schieberspieler in some sort of Marazzi. Of course, black is in fianchetto. I mean, white is definitely better here. Absolutely no question, but it's kind of hard to force anything. I was thinking g3, bishop h3 later on. He defended his d6 pawn, so he can play bishop g5 and trade off his bad bishop now. I just kind of missed that. He's still slightly worse, but I think that's concept. Doesn't do it, but instead plays b5. I like the other concept better. I don't know. Knight d5, knight d5, rook d5, knight b6. Okay, what am I doing? He's done a great job of defending a slightly worse position. No. He's gonna sack his queen now. That's not the way I thought you were gonna sack your queen. I mean, you could sack your queen, but I thought another way. Yeah, not really. I mean, knight d5, knight here. It's not enough. Alright. I froze him when I played bishop d5. I'm not really clearly threatening anything. Am I? I'm threatening takes and knight d5, though. I thought I was threatening something. Okay, so you gotta play rook c8, but that's terrible. Rook a c8. Rook a c8 is the only move. I have takes, rook takes, and you're hanging in there. Look at this. Look at this position. Barnacle. Mike Barnacle. Barnacle is still alive here. Alright, there's another player wanting to join the team. Arm Chessbow. From Armenia, surprisingly. Alright, we've got... halfway through the tournament is passed. We've got 6 rounds in the books. Is that correct? Or just 5? Wow, just 5. Felt like 6. Yule Skinner again, for the 3rd time against the ever-tough Kylor. This had to be a Grand Prix attack. Yep. His specialty. Kylor fell into the... he fell into the trap. Does Kylor have b4 there? Dude, look at Yule Skinner's rook. b4. Damn, dude. Does that work? b4 takes. And then c3 takes a3. I want to check that when they're done. It's possible that Kylor actually had a winning breakthrough. Because you can't play rook takes g6 because of bishop e4. Now check this out when he played bishop g2. Does he have b4? Doesn't work somehow. b4, c takes b, c3. Oh, you can just simply play like rook e5, rook e1. That sucks. Yeah, anything else wouldn't work. Oh man, it sucks. So there's no way. For the win. No hope for Kylor there. If only he could break through. Yeah, hedgehog with knight c6 isn't good. You were playing a hybrid of like the Skaveningen and the hedgehog. It should be better for white, but I'm not sure I played it right either, Edward Elric. I don't play enough e4 to really feel comfortable. For the gander. More hate mail. Thank you guys for the hate mail. We appreciate your support. Mr. Sohan donated 1,234 bits. Jim, 200. I'm going to have to get a new window here. Buy me a new window, please. Oh, dude, I just lost my game. Did I just resign? No, I thought I got forfeited. There's this bug with Firefox if you use it. So don't use Firefox unless you're... Well, it only affects Swiss tournaments for some reason. Like normal games are fine. Even arenas are fine. There's some kind of bug in the Swiss tournaments where if you use Firefox, you get your pieces missing from the board. It's not a big deal, but it is kind of irritating. So, the Jim. This is Jim's Smurf account. No. Different player. I've used this system too much. By the way, I got a Steel Series mouse from Move 11 donation, and it's working good. So this mouse is smooth. The connection is good. It doesn't stall, but I can't use it for recording videos. It's a little clicky. I'm gonna have to use like two separate mice, one for silence and one for good performance. Bishop g6. Yeah, this is a little weird, like g4 for white. That seems kind of risky. The grobbing good, grob. I love the word grob. Grobbing. Grob 'em by the grob. That's a word that the Donald would like. Grob 'em. I gotta get beyond 2020, guys and girls. Just a little joke. We're gonna grob 'em. G4. Grob 'em by the you-know-what. I'm going to play conservatively here with e6. We could go e5. Objectively, that's maybe a better move. But I'm going to play solid. HTFP. Stating the obvious. Yeah. But the bleep. Grobbing. I don't like g4. h3 isn't too bad. Blatney did something against me, like bishop h5. He did a funny thing. He played different position. I always misremember that. He had played f4. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay. f4 is another story. But maybe just g3. You can do like a hippo. You don't have to play the grob. Grob. Knight f3 though, weird. What is up with knight f3? Caro Khan. The Caro Kant. The Grob against the Caro Kant. It's not really a Caro Kant. My knight's on c6. This is actually a kind of bad square. Chigorin. It's more like the Grob against the Chigorin. I was tempted to play knight b4 at some point and try to play c5, but it's a little too slow. Star Trek reference. Ricardo Montalban. My favorite Star Trek movie. You can't go wrong if you talk on a chess stream about either Star Trek or apparently science. I love Fantasy Island, man. I haven't watched Fantasy Island. Maybe I'll get into like Fantasy Island reruns. That would bring back a lot of memories from childhood. Love me some Fantasy Island. But seriously. Bishop h7. It's a lot of time to waste. h6, bishop h5, bishop g4, bishop h5, bishop g6, bishop h7. I mean, how many freaking times have I moved my bishop? This is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4 now. I know if you're getting sick from watching this, it'll feel a lot like the earthquake we had today. Guys, Pawnda Swiss Blitz tournament number 18. Get a pop filter for the mic. Iggy Pop. That's a great suggestion. Thanks. Move 11, I never really thought about it. A4 is a bizarre move. It looks like something I would play when I was on tilt with white. Good question, HTFP. Is it Weird Wednesday? Weird Wednesday is tomorrow, and we need subscription peoples. This was his plan, apparently. We need subscription peoples. I'm tired of this. To... Not the most consistent play by me, but alright, whatever. We need peoples to submit games for Thursday's stream. I mean, A4 changes the whole position. It makes it like... I don't know. It makes a lot of weaknesses. I would never play that move. I mean, there's too many issues. On the dark squares, it gives me the creeps for white. The U.S. Senate says it won't be a quick vote, but they actually have an up or down vote on 2,000 checks. What does that mean, an up or down vote? You mean it'll be like a quick vote? It won't be a quick vote. What is an up or down vote? You mean decisive vote? Like, what does that mean? Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a lot of hope for a $2,000 stimulus check. That would be an insane, probably a very bad policy decision, though I'm not a finance expert. I can't imagine how the U.S. government can afford to pay $2,000. Why don't they do a compromise? Why does it have to be $600 or $2,000? What happened to like $1,200? Wouldn't that make more sense? Why does everything have to be so exaggerated? Either $600 or $2,000. There's people arguing on both sides, but I don't see why compromise isn't a good solution. Honestly, why is that not on the table? It's either one or the other, either nothing or a lot. But they could do a moderate amount, you know, $1,200 or $1,500 or something. It's just ridiculous. I mean, of course, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things. For most people in America, but it sounds like a lot when I'm living in Hungary, where, you know, our standard of living is a lot different. You know, people earn like $1,000 a month here, and that's a good salary if you make $1,000 a month. I mean, that's a crazy amount of money to get $2,000 windfall. Living in Hungary, in the United States, it doesn't sound like much. That's our political discussion for the day. I don't know enough about government budget to really have an opinion. So I'll shut up now. Anyway, government finance is not my specialty. Knight b1. This is going to get ugly if white doesn't do something fast. We talked about the dark squares. As much as I'd like to have a $2,000 check, chances are it might be a little too much. Should we go g5? I mean, I'm at the risk of like closing the position too much with this move, but this is so brutal. Like here, here, here. I have breaks with h5. I can open up the queenside later with a6 and b5 whenever I want. And white just has like no space. So I figured I'm not going to let him play f4. That was the question. If I let him play f4 or not. He would give me the e5 square, but it gives him a little bit of room to work. You know, that's probably unnecessary to allow him even that. You know, this way it's going to be locked, but I can open it up eventually. Yeah, I mean... Right. Permanent outpost. And no bad pieces. So I've got dual breaks. King side and queen side. The king side is obviously really strong. I can play g5, I mean h5 pretty quick. Of course, you never want to underestimate your opponent. I think I could just kill him directly on the king side without checks explained. That's awesome, move 11. Extra credit for that. The price tag of the entire Iraq war. Melania Trump's wardrobe. He's trying desperately to break out with h4, but is that going to work? You tried to pull a fast one on me. He's trying to pull fast ones. Oh no, I did that. I can't believe I just did that. I played f6. I had a hallucination. Wow. I had a crazy hallucination that my knight would go from c6 to f7. How crazy is that? That's not legal. Maybe g5, undermining the e5 square, is even better. Man, this is not good. Knight takes d4. He has knight takes d4. Pawn takes d4. Queen f4, bishop d1. I mean, I don't think you can do that. I played bad at the end, though, badly. Yeah, I don't know. Budget hawks. I'm not going to banter with the budget hawks as the stream turns political. I just don't know enough. Alright, to have an opinion. I just want like lots of money in my pocket and not to have to think about it. That's what most people want. We don't want to feel guilty. We want a lot of money in our pocket and just bury our head in the sand. Okay, back to tournament. I think ostriches would make good politicians. 6 points out of 6, but it's getting shaky. Schieberspieler, welcome. All right, Aldisto is right behind me with 5. Yevgeny has 4.5. For a loser with 4. What a loser must have lost a key game to Aldisto. Okay, good battle. Mr. Slow up to 3.5. Uber driver, what'd you do? You left? Sadamasa with 3. Someone on sound 2.5. Legion. Foot chess players just joined late and he's got 2 points. What happened to Asterbait? Asterbait with 2. He must have had some tough games. He won the first round against what? Wait, Asterbait beat Cormoran in the first round? No, Legion lost to Cormoran. He lost to Bone Atrophy. He beat Mule Skinner. Wow. He lost against Uber Driver and someone on Sound. I mean, he's got some brutal pairings today. Asterbait has some kick-ass pairings for I mean, he has some awesome tie breaks for a player with 2 points. I would think. You know, he's played a bunch of the higher rated players today. So that's not bad. Alright guys, please support the stream. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. I don't know about you, Shiva Spieler. I'm going to be streaming from 11 to 1:30 tomorrow morning. Got a full 2.5 hour stream for the morning time. 20 seconds to round 7. Your final bits, 59 from HTFP on the leaderboard. Gone but not forgotten. Like Neil Young. Oh no, Uber Driver. Christ, he sat out last round and now he's playing me? I got all the like solid guys. Yevgeny, Uber Driver. It's so hard to play against these guys. I should play E4, but he plays what? That's Sicilian. Uber Driver, do you play French? Would you say he was ripping off a client? Sorry, part of my line, I couldn't, it was obscured. Here we go. That stupid Sicilian again. I'm not playing that. You know that well. Wait. What do you play again? A6. I don't remember it was a con. So you play A6 and then knight C6. Why do I play this? I don't play this. Why am I playing knight C3? That's weird. I played knight C3 and I don't even normally play that. Bizarre. Take care, Shiva Spieler. I don't know what got into me. I always play bishop d3 against the con. I guess I just subconsciously sensed something. But queen c7, I guess against queen c7, g3 is a move. Normally, like, g3 against other lines, probably not a thing. Obviously, it's not a thing against bishop c5. Or like b5. I remember seeing Alexander Ivanov play this with white. When he froze his feet and Aeroflot and still played with Frostbite. Guy was unbelievable. Like, just indestructible. He gets Frostbite, he keeps playing. He gets hit by a truck, he keeps playing. He's still playing. So we've got kind of a standard Fianchetto setup. I had this with Aldis though, by different move orders, probably. I had a game with a Romanian guy, an IM, Philip Lucian. Or no, Lucian Philip. It was Lucian Philip, Romanian IM. But I think he played bishop c5. No, it was knight d4, queen d4, bishop c5. That's the main line. Sorry, bishop e7 looks like kind of passive for black. What happens here? I have bishop f4. What's this? Bishop f4. What's this, man? Uber Driver never makes mistakes. The ambulance is coming for you, my friend. Bishop f4, e5. Knight c6 is nothing. Bishop f4 is nothing, therefore. That's weird. So I have to play rook e1. That's also... I don't like rook e1. Bishop f4, e5. Knight f5, pawn takes bishop. This game that I played that I'm talking about was a game from like 2008 or something. Extremely long time ago. I don't remember if it was this position. I don't remember him playing bishop e7. I mean, that move seems slow. Suspicious. Bishop f4, e5 is definitely good for black. So what am I supposed to play? Rook e1, knight takes d4, queen d4. But then he would have to lose the tempo. But I don't like this. f2 square. So rook e1 doesn't make sense. My f2 square is too weak. I guess I can play bishop e3. But that also seems strange. Huh. Rook e1, knight d4, queen d4, bishop c5. That's the problem. And my f2 square. If bishop f4, queen b6 there. And I can play queen e2, I guess. That's interesting. At the end of the day. I play queen d2. Rook e1, knight d4, queen d4, bishop c5, bishop f4. I don't know. Bishop c5, queen d2, queen b6. No, bishop c5, queen d2. If queen b6, I have knight a4. What am I talking about? He can't do that. I'm giving him an extra move. Yeah, he's playing... This is a game I had with black. I mean, this is a famous position. Now you're in book again. How does Uber Driver know all this stuff? I had this against Foigle with black once by a totally weird move order. White is only like infinitesimally better. But I was like scared because I didn't know it that well at the time. Uber driving opening manual. He has spent 2 minutes. I basically just thought forever, worrying about a line that wasn't necessarily going to happen here. Self-driving. Just a glorified delivery man now. This is book, man. Elon Musk wants to have more gaming apps for the drivers in his driverless cars or something. Is that what I just read today? Self-driving cars should have more gaming apps? I don't know. What kind of world are we living in? Rook takes e5. Yeah, man. I agree. So what? So what? So what? Is rook e1 too passive? Is that a mistake? Possible. Rook takes e5 looks like a huge blunder. It's like, book, man. It's definitely not a blunder. It's like well-known theory, but it may not be enough for white to get an advantage. It depends on how you define blunder. It's been played at the Grandmaster level. Yeah. I had this position with black. I was just talking about it. Like 25 years ago. The question is it enough for an advantage for white? I drew with black against a stronger player, which says something. Optically it looks better for white, but the structure actually isn't that bad. These pawns aren't that bad. In certain endgames, they might be a big liability. But he has a huge square here on d5 for his knight. No one's ever accused me of being a computer. I've been playing on lichess since 2016. We've never had the computer accusation before. That's a compliment, though. My games are not usually that good. So what do I do now? Rook d8. Damn, yo. Alright. We gotta think Nimzovich. I'm not sure bishop f4 is good or bad or neutral. I'm just gonna lose on time. Uber driver's sneaky. What's happening here? Have no fear. The Uber driver is here. Wow. What? You want my knight? That's kind of greedy, dude. Rather obvious threat. Nine rounds. Don't play poker during our game, Cormorant. Probably not a good idea. See, that's the key. The knight d5. I'm not sure, Real King, how you can justify losing a pawn there. But I guess it's possible. The Uber driver collapsed. Yeah, I mean, so let's see. I mean, the move order was a little weird. I'm not sure about the move order, but if you look at this, here's the position. E5 is the main move, 186 games. E5, D takes E5, Rook takes E5, castles. There's only 3 examples where black played Queen takes E5. Petra Pap won. Balinas won a game in 1982 against Ricardo de Guzman, Filipino players, and then one random game from 1993. Black lost all cases. So this is standard. Rook takes E5, castles, and then I didn't know what the right move is for white now. It turns out the, let's see, Rook E1 is a little on the passive side, but it's playable. Alright guys, back to tournament. 7 wins. But I think that Uber Driver's position was maybe okay. But he's got to be very careful not to let what happened happen. Of course I knew I was playing Cormorant. Last time he lost because of poker. Join the game. I want all my pieces on the board. I'm not going to repeat what I did last time. No, last time he got a good game in the English defense. 2 can play at that game. The invisible pieces make it extra interesting. This is what we played long ago. Okay, A3, right? Yeah, A3 is like the move I'm probably least well prepared for. Yeah, A3 is what I would sometimes play myself. Me, myself, and I. How many points does Cormorant have here? Yeah, I had this game with Lev Millman where our knights were like this, with white in the same line. I think I was actually A3, A5 with white against Millman. And it was the weirdest game. It was super tense. Like, all the pieces are on the board. The knight just sat there in the middle and, like, no one could move anything. And the weirdest thing happened. It was a rapid game, and we were broadcasting. They were broadcasting it on Internet Chess Club. And I claimed a draw by threefold repetition in the middle of the game. But they were like, you can't claim it. You can't prove it. And I was like, threefold repetition, come on. I just repeated the position 3 times. And I was denied. And then, like, after the game, they awarded me a draw because they saw that I had been right when I claimed the threefold repetition. So I actually lost the game, and then it was rescinded that the game was a draw. They declared me, like, loser, and then they gave it back to me. Gave me a draw. Because I had been correct about the threefold repetition claim. It was really weird. I've never seen a case of that happening before. So this is weird. Yeah, I like the way he plays this. Symmetry. You play for time. How many points does he have? It was the last round game of a tournament. I think he would have won a prize if he won it. We both had like 2 out of 3, and maybe 3 out of 4 got money. and it was like the last round. But this is an interesting decision. So the future of my bishop is at stake here. More than just that is at stake. The entire existence of the universe, perhaps. It'd be funny if I played bishop takes c3 check. Well, this bishop, if it sucks, I lose. You know, if it's like condemned to this for the rest of your life, then you lose. But I'm not sure he's right in making this exchange here. You know, there's no guarantee that bishop will be dead for the whole future of the world. I don't think so. This is a huge hole he created on d4 too. Maybe it's not so easy for me to exploit it, but what? The key is my bishop, it lives. It's like the creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever. This is living, it's alive. It's a monster. That's the key to these Rossalimos. If your bishop gets shut down, once it happened to me in a banter game against Miles on World Chess Network. He did it to me where it just like, he got in e5 and I couldn't get it out. It was like a bad computer game. I was like, alright, I give up. But here, as long as it's breathing, now it's my other bishop that's actually a bigger problem. My other brother, Daryl. Black should be fine here. Probably better. I mean, you can't really justify now. It's like the opposite. What's actually happening? Which way do I take? It's tempting to take this way. Take with the queen. Queen is actually a safe capture. 2 bishops versus 2 knights in a closed position, but I like black here. I mean, I have a lot of space. It's going to take a while. It's not easy for black, but I've won games like this. My bishops will like... I had a game a couple months ago where my bishops were on like d8 and c8, and they were dominating the whole board like from both directions like this. It's not so easy to keep this position closed for white forever. But it takes a long time to open it up sometimes. Alright, wow, knight a4. Threatening c5, perhaps. Tricky. Tricky. Bishop f8. Weird situation. This is weird, man. I don't like bishop f8. It's a little early. Wow, where's your knight going? Oh my god, you just lost a knight? You should have taken that threat more seriously. It was an innocent retreating bishop move. I mean, I couldn't possibly be threatening anything. Mr. Master V. Oh, you'll see my friend Zibit. Yeah, I haven't rated him. I mean, we haven't rated each other for a long time. I don't know. For some reason, I don't have him on my friend list. Why is he not on my friend list on Twitch? Because I had previously rated him. Like, but that was like last year. That's weird, though. Because we've had contact on Twitch before, now that you mention it. I just assumed he wasn't streaming. You know? Hadn't seen him in a long time. Okay, Cormoran is... He's like a cornered animal in this position. Cornered animals are dangerous. My king is out of that diagonal. Still, it's the story of the bishops. You get the feeling this guy likes his knights, you know? He's got a thing for knights. Some people are just knight players. Others not. Wow. Psychopathic craziness. So, be a little careful, shall we? Be a little careful. Check that out. That's not nice. He's tricky and fast. Gotta be careful. But eventually, white should lose this down a piece. Enough is enough. Yep. I figured that was coming at some point. Fearless. He is fearless. Figured. I figured that was coming. It wasn't my first choice for plans here with bishop g7. Why do I feel like I'm defending when I'm a piece up? That's crazy. Man, this is really irritating. It's unbelievable. There's no way I can like threaten anything. It's kind of insane. Rook d3. There'll be no defense soon. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. It's unbelievable that I have no threats. I can never ever have a threat in this position. I can never ever double up or put pressure on this position in some way. It's kind of crazy. God, that's crazy. It's just unbelievable. What is this? Boom. Does this work? I hope it works. But I'm not sure. Bishop e4, we need time for that. Oh my god, I hung my queen. Wow. My whole queen and nothing but the queen. So help me God. That's insane. Just dropped my whole queen. Crazy. That's crazy, dude. Wow. What a defense by white. The amazing defense, dude. Who would even continue in this position? Look at this. He's -5. And I just can't break through. I could have played it earlier with rook takes g3. But I didn't think it worked because you have queen f3 at the end here. I mean, there's no way I'm going to see bishop h4 check with seconds left. That's crazy. I mean, the thing is, I didn't have to play queen f2 check. It's ridiculous. And I'm totally winning. If I just played bishop takes e4, aren't I winning? I almost played this, but I was like, no, let's just play queen f2 check. You know, hiding with the queen on a2. I'm totally winning. Dang. That's painful. Damn, dude. The gasp. An analysis of dropping the queen. I can't even see the standings. Now we got this every round. It didn't used to do this every round. That's really irritating. Alright, let's try again. Problem is I don't know the standings. Now I'm a minute behind on the clock. How did the... I must have made the immediate round start, huh? I meant to make 2 minutes between rounds. We've got like virtual immediate round start. But Cormoran, he did a lot of psychological stuff, like saying how it's going to be over soon, you know? All this reverse psychology stuff. But I know that game. I mean, that's... It's fine. I don't know, I do that too. But, the funny part was how long I debated on playing bishop takes e4, because there might be a slight danger if I play bishop takes e4. I thought we'll be more accurate to play queen f2 check first, and then take on e4. So I'm thinking like I'm making a safer move instead of dropping my queen, which is sort of stupid. Yeah, it happens to everybody. That was disappointing. It was amazingly difficult to break through. Wonder about this position. Trying a new idea here. Previously, I have played a lot of b3, bishop b2. But honestly, I mean, it seems a little weird. I can put more direct pressure on black, especially with bishop f4. Type of ideas, maybe. Anyway, this is kind of experimental. Similar to the Uber driver game. We'll see how it works out. I wasn't that happy with the results I've had in other similar positions. I don't really like his e5 move. It doesn't seem necessary to play e5, I would argue. I don't think I was complacent. It was a visual. I was definitely not complacent. I was very aware of danger. I was even like hyper aware of danger, but that idea of queen a2 never really got into the brain. Bishop e6. This is a very anti-positional approach by black. I would normally not expect from a strong player. Radically weakening his d5 square. But really, he doesn't have any kind of justification. Or you got to do something. I mean, it's similar to what happened in the Najdorf against World Loser in the third round. What round is this? Can I see? I don't really get a break here. So now Aldisto is tied for first with 7 out of 8. Wow. And this is actually the last round we're playing. Alright, it's good to know where you're at in the standings. And Corman, the spoiler effect. This is a weird move. It's a little weakening. Rook c7. Wow. Strange position. Rook c7 is an amazingly patient move. My bishop is a little more active than his bishop. Doesn't make sense. He's totally faster than me. Which is surprising. All right. He doesn't seem to mind defending a very difficult position quickly. Number one plan is to stop counterplay with b5. That's first. First things first. Must stop counterplay. Surprised how quickly he can defend, though. I did sacrifice a minute at the beginning. So it should be like 3 minutes to 2 now. Thank you, lichess, for your wonderful, awesome programmers who fixed the problems with the Mozilla. I appreciate it. This outdated Mozilla browser. All hail Google. Now he's in defense. Ah, wow, dude. Wow, he pulled this off. Amazing. Oh, I can't believe it. He's just gonna draw. This is unbelievable. He's gonna play f5 and everything's fine. It's a draw. Sucks. hardly used any time for the whole game. Wow. Phew, that sucks, man. I lost my whole advantage. That's a strange thing to do, though. I think to play queen e7 here seems very odd. You're playing for a win from a worse position. It seems like a strange thing. You're very lucky not to lose, honestly. You're like spatially worse. With the bishop that hardly functions. Really? It's just a draw. What an end to the tournament. It was a disaster. I have like a huge advantage in draw. And then my other game was a queen drop after I was 7-0. Very disappointing. Aldisto wins the tournament. Wow. Asterbait was his last round pairing? Are you serious? Dude, Asterbait. What? What kind of pairing is that? He plays Asterbait in the last round? Who's not... Oh, Asterbait got up to 4? What? Asterbait, you got up to 4? And you lost in the last round against Aldisto? Damn, I feel robbed. Dude, way to go, Asterbait. I'm like completely robbed by Cormorant and Asterbait. Damn. That sucks. Very disappointing. World Loser's still playing. It's over. Man, Asterbait. I can't believe you lost after all that. The critical game. Aldisto just wasted everyone. He beat Bone Atrophy. He beat Dinekis. He beat Sadamasa. He lost to me. Then he beat Cormoran, World Loser, Yevgeny, Uber Driver, and finally Asterbait. Damn. That's a serious performance. What's your performance rating? 2460. And that's 2460 with Asterbait in there, not really helping out the performance rating too much. That's brutal. I must have had much lower. No, 2467. Well, Aldisto, I don't know what to say. Congratulations are in order. Asterbait always just folds in the last round when it's like a pivotal game. If it's critical for my tie breaks, he likes to lose. Could have been a hero, Asterbait. Why are the games like stacked up like that? By the way, did you guys ever see that before? That's weird. Normally, I don't think the rounds would be stacked on top of each other. That looks really weird. Wonder why they did that. I don't remember that being that way in the previous ones. Yeah, Aldisto, good job. 8 out of 9. I totally folded. Check out my last run game. World Loser getting 7. Good job. Tough as always. He lost 2 games to the 2 leaders. So I got second. Aldisto gets the gold cup. Bronze for World Loser. 3 of the favorites. The foot chess player was 4-0 until he got a draw against me in the last round. That's got to be a good performance rating. Sadamasa, Yevgeny Viktorovich, Cormoran, Asterbait, Someone on Sound, and Uber Driver. Still, a great result for Asterbait to get to 4 points. He beat... Let's see. Who did you beat to get to 4 points? Were you playing on board 1 in the last round? Board 2. He beat Kylor, and he beat Mr. Slow in the last round. Damn, Asterbait. Gotta get that rating up. World Loser got disconnected in the critical game against Aldisto. Yeah, I played the last game at a down time. Man, I had a good position there against foot chess player. If you want to look at that for a second before we sign off. Man, I let this slip. I have a huge advantage, but he was so fast. even now I'm clearly better. But the speed was just too much. His speed in defending. He made 4 inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders. I made 8 inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders in the same amount of time. This should be a torturous position for black, but he was able to play faster than me. This is tough. But somewhere along the line, well, when I took on c5, but the problem is he's starting f5, and I'm not really happy about that. This is nothing after takes. But I felt like I had already let my position slip. Here, I'm completely dominating with the bishop on this diagonal. Rook c5, bishop g2, queen e6. I should have gone back with bishop h3. After this, I have a problem. He's starting f5. It's not so easy anymore. If I had more time, I would play for a win, but maybe even g4 is a good move here. The problem was the clock. White is significantly better, but it's very hard to break through. Not a good position to have to win. Alright guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow. Yeah, let's see. Dr. V was suggesting I raid. Zibit. Let's see. Zibit 6-4. Alright, let's try. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be back at 11 a.m. CET. Congratulations to Aldisto. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Till Tuesday. Sure, man. Alright, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I don't know why he's not on my friends list.